What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, we're about 115 days into the writer's strike. There's still no resolution in sight, even though there's been proposals made by the AMPTP trying to get this thing wrapped up. But nope, the Writers Guild rejected the latest offer. And so they're now back out there on the picket lines, walking in the hot sun and everything. I guess since the hurricane is over. By the way, that was a big nothing burger, man. That was the nothing burger of a hurricane. All right. I doubt that, or a tropical storm, whatever they want to call it, okay? It was a day of rain in LA, all right? That's all it was. So, big nothing burger. They could have probably stayed out there on the picket lines. But nevertheless, the studios did come out and they said, hey, here's a new offer, and the Writers Guild rejected it. You can see on this headline, this is on The Wrap. Hollywood at its stupidest inside the latest showdown between studio CEOs and the Writers Guild. The studios are leading with ego instead of deal-making savvy. Yeah, and all of these articles, it doesn't matter who it's from, all of these articles are pro-union. They're pro-writer, they're pro-actor. They never once try to say, okay, what's the other side talking about? You know? Like, I'm not on anybody's side. I've said this before, okay? I'm like Treebeard. I'm not on anybody's side because nobody's on my side, okay? These guys both can fight it all out. It's great entertainment as far as I'm concerned, okay? This is phenomenal entertainment, and it's good content for the channel. But in terms of, yeah, they're not siding or looking at the studio side at all in any of this, okay? They're pretty much giving you the writers' take, the actors' take, the union take, okay? What they feel the studio should be doing instead of, well, what about the actors? What about the other side of the coin, all right? What should these folks be looking at? What should the actors be willing to give up, you know, in order to make a deal and get a deal done? No, it's all about these guys. They say, yeah, they're not giving us any deal-making savvy. Like this particular writer jumps into it. So it said, on Tuesday, 4 Hollywood chiefs, Bob Iger, David Zaslav, Donna Langley, and Ted Sarandos, all of Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, and NBC Universals, leaders of the AMPTP marched into a room to meet directly with WGA negotiators, and that's these guys, and resolve strictly nothing. They didn't negotiate. They didn't exchange any new ideas. They didn't even address the small matters that had been tinkered with by the negotiating teams over the previous week. Instead, this intensely high-powered group of people on whom the economic survival of Hollywood rests met for nearly 2 hours and produced no result, according to individuals with knowledge of the meeting who spoke to me. To repeat, after 113 days of a writer's strike, and now we're over 115 days, that has brought all new entertainment development to a halt, they came out with nothing. Instead, immediately afterward, the CEOs released to the public their August 11th proposal of concessions around the key areas of AI, writers' room minimums, visibility into viewership data, and other essential areas to what? Show everyone how reasonable and generous they are? Sow division amongst the Writers Guild membership and hope they'll pressure leadership to take a deal? Are they stupid? Instead of calming things down, the CEOs riled things up. These masters of industry, entertainment veterans whose job involved reading the room, schmoozing and backslapping, making deals across the length and breadth of Hollywood, decided instead to teach the WGA a lesson. Well, we already know that this is what this strike is about, okay? They are teaching the WGA a lesson because the WGA came into this strike with zero leverage. They had no room to negotiate. They basically had to take whatever the best deal that the studio was willing to offer. That was it. That was the only deal that they had in this entire thing. And if they didn't take it, this thing was just going to keep going on and on and on. There was no reason for the WGA to step into this labor dispute and not have a game plan, or at least not understand that you really didn't have any cards, okay? So you hold out as long as you can hold out, and when they finally say, okay, here's the deal that you're gonna get, take it, okay? Take it and run. You made some concessions, you got a little bit more money, and you live to fight another day. Instead, they said, nope. You know, it says here, the WGA quickly issued a statement accusing the studios of bad faith, aiming to get us to cave and bet that we'll turn on each other. Well, it's happening, okay? It's absolutely happening. But I wanted to jump to this tweet by Valiant Renegade real quick. Now, if you're not following Valiant, Renegade, and WDW Pro, you should absolutely do that right now, especially if you care about the business side of Hollywood, okay? And not necessarily like, you know, criticizing the films and the way that they're going about their business, but strictly about the business, the numbers, okay? And he gives a great response here that I wanted to highlight and talk about real quick. Now, he's responding to this tweet by discussing film. Bob Iger, who earns $25 million plus annually, is reportedly personally offended the WGA WGA didn't agree to AMPTP's latest offer that doesn't provide them with proper fair pay and conditions. See how I said everybody is pointing at what the studios aren't doing, and it's not about what the writers and the actors are giving up and what are they trying to understand. No, they're not giving them fair pay and conditions. Writers are asking for a measly 0.18% average of a studio's annual revenue. Okay, so that's what Valiant Renegade was responding to. He says, give me a damn break. I'm sick and tired of hearing, but it's only blank argument. The quality of average writer's productivity in 2023 is subpar. AI is capable of generating virtually the same product at a fraction of the cost with guidance from, say, the top 20% of writers. Demanding more mediocre to subpar talent be arbitrarily hired to create otherwise unnecessary jobs is low-rent Marxism. The real quality writers would be getting paid way more if the union were dissolved and Hollywood acted like the rest of American meritocracy with a free market system. It's time for writers and actors to cross the line and tell their socialist union overlords to rot in hell. I love this tweet, man. I love this tweet. Now, listen, you guys have heard me make similar points, okay? I've stated for a while, look, this is Marxism, okay? I did a video about this where I'm talking about, like, basically they just want this mediocre to subpar talent to just be in these writers' rooms and, get credit for being writers even though they're not doing a damn thing, okay? It's like most of these top 20% of the writers, these are the guys writing the episodes of television, all of these great shows that you love. These are the guys doing it. And all of these other chumps that are in the writer's room with them, they're out there just getting coffee or they're doing like some copy editing or whatever. They're just kind of cleaning things up behind the scenes. And yeah, they get to look over these guys' shoulders and they get to see, oh, okay, this is how we put the shoulder together. They get to rub shoulders and rub elbows with these top 20% of writers. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But let these chumps be unpaid interns in order to do that kind of work. All right. If you want to sacrifice, if you want to be a writer in Hollywood, that's the way I've always seen it. You got to sacrifice time and money, okay? Because there's dues that got to be paid. If you are, hey, I don't really have great talent. I got some talent, but I want to jump in here and I want to see if I can, sit alongside these greats and raise my levels up, then do so. But you're not getting paid for that, all right? And that's basically what they want. They want these low rent chump writers that aren't really that good to get paid like real writers, all right? And look, the Hollywood studios made some concessions to them, and it's still not good enough. But like Valiant Renegade says, basically, AI is capable of generating this virtually the same product at a fraction of the cost, and you just get the top 20% writers to guide it. I responded to this saying, basically, facts upon facts. Cut the WGA in half. Give quality writers AI training, and Hollywood could easily churn out 400 quality products a year for a fraction of what they're paying for right now. And they could. You can easily just say, you know what? Chop. Okay. We cutting this entire WGA in half. Everybody go out there. There's some free tools online. You can figure out how to use AI. All right. And then by the end of that, you're going to get better quality products. And look, Bob Iger has already talked about this. Okay. He's already stated this. Yeah. Bob Iger says the company is working to improve the quality of their films by what? Reducing the number of titles we release. So they're actually going to peel back on the amount of content that they're putting out there. And that's what I said at the very beginning of this whole thing, that's what these companies are going to do. They'll figure it out. They'll say, okay, we'll just peel back on the number of things that we're going to release. All right. So instead of Hollywood as a whole producing 500 independent pieces of content, whether it be films, whether it be television shows, whatever. Just for an example, instead of them producing 500 things a year, they'll produce 400 things a year. All right. And then what they'll do, on top of that is they'll say, oh, we don't really need all of these writers in the writer's room. Okay. So the writers that do make it, you'll get compensated. You'll get paid because we're going to use the same amount of content spend. We'll spend roughly the same amount of money, but we're going to peel back on how many things we're making. And therefore we'll be able to increase your salaries that way. Or as he says here, the cost per title is also going to reduce. So they're going to reduce the costs overall, but they're still going to pay out the same amount of money. And that's basically what's going to end up happening with this thing. And these writers, there's going to be a lot of writers that are going to lose their jobs. I'm just going to keep it real. A lot of you guys that are writers out there, you're going to lose your jobs. You're not going to be working in Hollywood anymore. You're going to have to go and find some way to do something independently, which is what I've been saying as well. Do independent work. What's wrong with independent work? Go out there and write a novel. Or you got some friends, some buddies that you've made while you've been working in Hollywood. Hey, link up with them. You guys are good actors. Hey, this cat over here is a good director, okay? I got a nice little low budget project that I have been cooking in my head for a minute. Let's spit this thing out there. Let's get together. Let's start, get some crowdfunding going, and let's do our own thing. Again, I go back to what I was saying again at Anime Matsuri, that there will be decentralized entertainment. It's going to be a 50-50 split. I believe that's probably a realistic thing, but I think it could be even greater than 50-50. I think with the advent of YouTube and everything, people are able to create their own content and get out there and do it. They don't have to sit up here and wait for Bob Iger to put them on. They could go out there and put themselves on. That's what I'm saying. Okay, look what Rippa is doing with comic books. What Rippa is doing with comic books right now is what all writers, actors, anybody in the entertainment sphere, they should be doing that. If you have like this deep burning desire to do it, I need to get back on my novel writing. Okay, I'm inspired by what's going on right now with Rippa. I'm like, shit, I need to get back on my novel writing. I need to start cranking this shit out, because that's where we're at right now. We are at that moment. And Hollywood is making it possible because they're cutting off all the entertainment, because they're in control of all the entertainment, but they're going through all of this crap, and the entertainment hasn't really been that good. Now, has it? Okay. So again, in my opinion, all what Valiant Renegade has said, he actually followed up. This guy was saying, in all fairness, if it's even to pay subpar writers, 0.18% is really low if that's all that's holding this up. Studios could easily take this out of their equally overpaid, untalented executives per diem and hardly notice the difference. Valiant Renegade. If you believe that number, I've heard the same sort of crap argument for McDonald's French fry flippers. It doesn't matter. It's based on margins. Frankly, if the studios had a set of nuts, they forced the union into dissolution by refusing to contract with anyone in the WGA, firmly implement AI, and then wait a few hours as the most talented and capable professionals abandon the guild and sign independently. It can absolutely happen. Again, we are in the Iron Age right now. That's where we are in terms of entertainment, in terms of decentralized entertainment. That's where we are. YouTube is just the beginning, in my opinion. And one day we're going to get this app or a platform or something, website, where you can go and you can maybe pay like $10 a month and you can get all independent television shows, movies, comic books, novels, manga, anime, everybody, all the independent content creators from everywhere, all over, are just going to pile on to one app, one platform. And, that's where we're going to do it. Everything's going there. The what do they call it? The parallel economy. Everybody's going to the parallel economy. We're not going to be getting our entertainment from these other places. We're going to go to this one spot. And, it's like, hey, it's free to put anything on here that you want to, just got to be of a certain quality or whatever the case may be, or even if it's not of quality, that's kind of what YouTube is right now. But I think there's an opportunity to maybe throw, novels on there, manga, audiobooks, whatever kind of creations that people have, that people got cooking in their brain. It's like, you know what? I want to go onto this platform. I've been, playing around too long. Let me jump in here full force and let's see what we can do. And that's what my vision is for the future. And then that's going to be the spot. And it's just going to spring out into all kinds of other different things. So that, like, real creators, okay? People that really have a yearning for creation, okay? Not these guys that just want to get paid millions and millions of dollars, but people that actually want to do their own thing, create on their own. I have a feeling that that's coming, okay? And like I said, we're in the Iron Age. We're just beginning. In any case, folks, that's all I got to say. I just think that right now, all of these writers that are sitting here crying in their cereal over, the studios not doing them right. Hey, you know what? The opportunity is there to get out there and do something on your own. I've been saying that forever and a day. So go do something on your own. Quit crying. Quit crying about it. Okay? Because crying is not going to get you anywhere at all. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.